Hello guys, time for another video. So in this video I'm going to go over how I created or the key steps in creating a spreadsheet like this. So it's not going to be step by step, but just it's going to give you the tools in order to be able to create spreadsheets like this, where you can amalgamate data for certain key regions and then just monitor your spreadsheet rather than having many tabs open, either with free resources on the internet, which will take you forever to bring together and waste so much of your own time. And so you'll be able to consolidate all the data in one spreadsheet and be able to monitor different economic zones and countries and whatnot. So this probably captured your attention from the general overview video. So how is this done? So if I just minimize this, essentially you just need two formulas. So the formula here that I'm showing, you should pause now and take note of this formula. I'll click on here to see where it's referencing. So B2 is the index it's referencing, which is the SPX, and then A3 is telling where the data should be displaying. Okay, now it's also saying to display on a monthly interval, but you can change the intervals to daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly, and these are the codes that you'd want to change them to. And it's displaying them all the way back to that many cells. So it's the data here I'll show you to where it's beginning from, but it's around 1928, and we're getting the close of end of every month for the SPX, which is the S&P 500, the biggest stock market in the world. So you'd want to use this formula to display index prices or ETF stocks, bonds, FX pairs, commodity prices, crypto, COT reports, things like that, things that have a live price to them. So if I click enter here, so what we've got is a year over year formula, which you can do if you wish, or whichever way you wish to slice and dice your data. If I just delete all the data so we can see back to 1928, click delete. I can go to the Thomson Reuters term plugin. There's a formula builder here which accompanies the user manuals, which I've got in the description linked below. There's some templates there. You can insert charts and whatnot. Please do have a go, see what all the buttons do. As I always say, just mess around with things. And if I click refresh the worksheet, so you can refresh all workbooks if you've got multiple workbooks, a workbook, a sheet, a selection, etc. So I'm just going to say refresh this worksheet. So if I click refresh now, there we go. It's got all the data going back. So now what you can do is highlight across and everything. Insert a line chart, and you can start creating very nice looking charts. So what we can do is we're looking at everything here, which can be a bit much. So let's go to 1999. That gives us at least 2 business cycles, and we put the year over years on a separate axis. Let's move this to the top. Let's then also edit the scales. And so what we can get here is, whoops, let's undo there, undo again, and say the minimum, say minus 0.5 and most at 0.5. So there we can get a really good chart there showing us the S&P year over year returns on a monthly scale for the last 2 business cycles versus the actual S&P 500. So you may be saying, well, why not do this in the actual platform? You can do, but when you're monitoring several countries out there, or more than say 10 countries, having that many things open in Eikon can also be problematic as well, as in it just takes a bit longer to load. And if you've built out a sheet, say one spreadsheet to monitor each country, or say a spreadsheet to monitor say 5 countries, you can just come in, click it, come in, press refresh on all the spreadsheets, all your charts update, and within a couple of clicks you can see all the data a la what you see here. Right, so that's for live prices, but now we want to see for economic data as well. So if we go to sheet 2, this is the second formula you need to see. Okay, so this is the formula for to display economic data. Again, take note of what the cells are referencing. So the blue part is referencing the RIC codes for the different parts of, in this case, the ISM. And the RIC codes you get from the platform, just type in what you're looking for, or like I've shown in the overview video, you want to just download a whole dump of the economic data from different regions and then filter for the economic data that you wish to look at. Things like, so over here I have a list of common data points that people tend to look at: PMI, sentiment, housing, retail, sales, unemployment, GDP for each nation. So you can just put them in there. B2 is referencing today's date. Okay, so that means it will refresh under today's date. So I can show you the formula for how that's been picked up in Excel as well. And then again, interval 1 month is the interval of the data. So if the data point is a weekly data point, or if it's a monthly data point, quarterly, etc., you need to make sure that the correct time frame is being selected. A5 then tells where to start populating the dates, so then the data can start displaying. So that's enough of that, and you can move the box to take over more or take over less. If you wish to do year over years, then the year over years would have to start displaying here, and then you would start with another formula. From my experience, you can have many formulas in the spreadsheet and it doesn't slow down the spreadsheet, so don't worry about that. And then the latest date formula is that. So if you just type that formula in, it will give you the latest date and time, etc. So you can make sure that your spreadsheet is up to date. So then all that's left to do then is to click refresh for the worksheet. And it's retrieving, still retrieving. There we go. And there we have all parts of the ISM and everything displaying, all the way back to when the data first began. So we'll go all back, so back to 1960. So you got all the data that you need. And you can just repeat this process for every single economic data that you want to display, change the names, titles, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly but surely, you will produce a sheet that has this for the United States, ISM stuff, NMI stuff, retail sales stuff, GDP, whichever piece of data you want to show, China data, global manufacturing PMIs, so services PMIs, ESI, etc., 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 whichever data you want to look at for whichever regions, however you wish to organize it, and that's how you would go about doing it. Okay, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Any questions, do ask me in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, there is a referral link in the description below. If you think Metastock or organizing your data like this will be helpful, please use that referral link. They have a 3-for-1 offer. That's 3 months for 1 month price currently. So that's $99 for the price of 3 months right now, and then it's $99 thereafter. It is great, insane value. It will save you a lot of time, and it will make you probably a lot of money in the long run if you stick with trading. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video.